Deep Threat Sports Network fans, welcome back. Hey, the crew is here. We got Nolan, Bryant, and myself tonight. We're back after a week off. We were all kind of out of town, in and out. So we put some shorts together. Hopefully you guys all saw that out there and followed the channel and got to see the shorts that we put out. Had some good stuff in there. Did our Book It segment through the shorts the last 2 weeks. We've been making sure we're still getting the content out, but we're finally back tonight for a full-blown episode. Deer season's pretty much over at this point, and it is all focused back on college football. And the playoffs are damn near here, boys. So I don't know what you guys are thinking, but I hope you guys are loving where we're at this college football season.
Yes, sir. I'm excited. It's rivalry week this week.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Brian?
Yeah, this is the best time of the year. This is the best time of the year. And, hey, I'm also not trying to boast, but I think my short got the most views. It must be because of how good-looking I am.
100%. That's exactly what I thought. You had like 2.5 thousand views on your short, and that was pretty impressive. I'm not even going to lie about that.
They were probably like – it was probably on, like, main top feed on YouTube, and everybody's like, damn, look at that.
Could you imagine if you had your chest hair out, dude?
I should have. I should have rolled it down a little bit.
It would have been unbelievable.
Yeah, there's always next time.
All right, so what we're going to do tonight, if you follow us, you usually know how we do things kind of around here on our review episode. We're going to talk some main games that we want to touch on a little bit. Honestly, not too crazy of a slate to talk about. I mean, there was some games that probably, if we have enough time, we'll just kind of have casual conversation about. But we kind of, as a network, decided that we want to keep a lot of the focus here on, playoff teams or like the playoff conversations or teams that were in games that had some implications for the playoffs. So you're going to hear a lot of that moving forward this week and next week. Also, we're going to do our Dog of the Week like usual, have a little Heisman and National Championship conversation, and have a little playoff conversation on where the odds currently lie on DraftKings. So that's what you're going to get from us tonight. So first things first, we're going to kick it over to Bryant here and let him have his feature segment that he always has. And Bryant, tell us who our Dog of the Week is this week, brother.
All right, our Dog of the Week, North Texas Mean Green wide receiver Wyatt Young. I'm lagging a little bit. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you are like if you want to try to reboot or do something with it, I can let no one take this or whatever.
I think I'm good now. Can you hear me?
Yep, we got you. Yep, let her fly, baby.
All right. North Texas wide receiver Wyatt Young is who the Dog of the Week is for Deep Threat Sports this week. We got 8 receptions, 295 yards, and 2 touchdowns. If anybody watched this game, 36.9 yards of reception is insane. He was running all down the field. That North Texas offense was humming. Probably their best game on offense this season, which is saying something because they've been high-flying all season. So Wyatt Young, 8 receptions, 295. Our Deep Threat Sports Network Dog of the Week.
We're going to let the dogs bark for him. Hell of a performance by him in North Texas. Fellas, I'm just going to throw this out there. There was a lot of players, honestly, that could have been up this week for, like, Dog of the Week. Joe Jackson, L.J. Martin. I know I'm forgetting, like, 3 guys still because I was looking at them all today, and I was like, holy hell. Like, there was a ton of great performances this week from players out there. Hell of a stat-building week. Anything else on this? No one, I thought you had something right there. Nope, you're good?
Okay. No, sir.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into let's go the direction of the Heisman conversation first, and we'll get things spiced up here. If Dave was here right now, he would be absolutely drooling at the fact that Diego Pavia is back up to plus 550 and currently sitting 4th on the betting odds. But as you see here, if you're with us on YouTube, we have the graphic up. This is thanks to DraftKings. Fernando Mendoza, the betting favorite at minus 115. That's it appears that it is his award to lose at this point. Jeremiah Love slides into second at plus 350. Julian Saint at plus 500. Like I said, Pavia at 550. And then Marcel Reed at plus 1,400. And that's probably where I would draw the line if it were for me. Also, one thing I want to point out, look at Jacob Rodriguez, the linebacker from Texas Tech, getting in here and being the number 6 on the betting odds for the Heisman Award. That, to me, is incredible.
I think that's the biggest talk here is
Jacob
Rodriguez actually making the list.
Yes. I mean, I don't know off the top of my head, who was the last linebacker to make this list? Was it Manti Te'o?
Probably.
Manti Te'o.
Yeah, probably Manti Te'o.
That's been a minute. That's been an absolute minute. And I mean, Jacob
Yeah, that
Rodriguez
was the
does.
2000s.
Yeah, he does have an absolute insane amount of tackles. Like he is literally in every play for Texas Tech.
Yes.
If you had to, either one of you had to go outside of Mendoza, where would you go? I could tell you who I'm not going with, and that's Jeremiah Love and Pavia.
Yeah, I'm out on Pavia. I'm out on Gunnar Stockton.
I think Marcel Reed's intriguing at plus 1400. I think that game against South Carolina kind of dampened his chances of winning a little bit. But if he goes out and has a great rivalry weekend and SEC championship game, if they make it, I think he has a legitimate shot. But it's going to be hard to overcome Mendoza unless some catastrophic happens with that Indiana team.
Yeah, I'm Marcel Reed all the way too here at plus 1400. There's no doubt in my mind that's who I'd be taking. I mean, Julian Sand at plus 500 too.
That's what I was going to say. No love for Julian Saying here.
I would put my money on before I bet a minus 115 Mendoza. I'm betting Julian Sand at 500 and Reed at 1400 before I bet Mendoza at minus 115.
Agreed.
Brian, you got anything else before we go to the national champion in the playoff conversations? I just know you're lagging, so I'm trying to make sure I don't talk over you.
I'm good. I think like you said, the Marcel Reed, the line being drawn there is correct. I don't see anybody else moving up at this point. So I think those top five are the ones that are going to be in the hunt to get invited and possibly win.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so let's move into some playoff conversation here. These odds are thanks to DraftKings as well. And what we've been doing for the last couple of weeks is we've been putting together our own playoff bracket. What we kind of talked to, I feel like at this point doesn't really matter as much what we had to say. We're going to give you what the odds makers are saying, and we're going to give you exactly what they're looking at. So Texas Tech is the highest betting favorite to make the playoffs. Totally understand that out of the Big 12. That's a lock. And then we're going to move into Notre Dame, actually. And fellas, this whole network has to admit that at like week 3, we were all wrong. We were all wrong. We thought, okay, there's no way they win out the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Unless they have a hell of a hiccup this week. That'd be a hell of a hiccup. They're in. And the name helps them. And they're actually to the point where they might just get a home playoff game. They might be the 5 through 8. So next is Oregon, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Alabama. That's 6. North Texas and Tulane. You see here 2 G5 schools, and one's minus 125 and one's plus 100. I want to talk about this. Which direction would you two go if you were putting a bet on this for North Texas or Tulane?
I think I'd have to go North Texas at this point. I mean, they are obviously, we're looking at it. They are the betting favorite here, but I just don't see them having a hiccup this weekend. I think they're going to roll. I think they're going to take care of business, and I think they're going to be our G5 rep. I would much rather bet on North Texas than Tulane just with 1 week left of the season. If you're talking 3 or 4 weeks left, I'd probably rather bet on Tulane.
What about you, Brian? You got us still?
Tulane's in the American, right?
Yeah. Both of these teams are in the American. The American is getting the G5 what?
Are those two going to play in the championship game?
Yeah, they're both the top of the conference. Both of those two teams. They are.
So in my eyes,
go ahead.
So in my eyes, the winner of that game is going to get into the playoff, and so I think North Texas is the better team. They're just way better on offense, and I don't think Tulane can stop them. So I think North Texas is going to get the slot. So that would be my bet.
Listen to this stat. North Texas has scored 509 points this season. Tulane has scored 317.
Oof.
I mean, that is literally almost 200 points more on the season than what Tulane scored. And to back it up even better a little bit, North Texas has only allowed 265. Tulane's allowed 273. So Tulane scored 200 points-ish less and gave up roughly 10 more points.
Yeah.
I mean, a hell of a split. This North Texas team is good, dude. They are just – they can run it. They can throw it. They they got receivers. Their defense is pretty okay. Like, I think they're a team that literally could go score with some of these Power 4 teams in the playoffs. I'm not saying they're going to win. I know no one wants to kill me already for saying that. I'm not saying they're going to win. I don't think many of these G5 teams are ever going to win, but I think they could give us an entertaining game.
I don't know, dude. If you're matching up, let's look at who we think might be the number 5 seed. You're looking at like a Georgia. You're looking at Notre Dame. You're looking at Oregon. You're looking at Oklahoma. North Texas is not going to just score at will on these teams. They can't block them.
I don't disagree with you on that. I do. So right now,
I would say
they'd be in the Oregon range.
sorry
probably.
Sorry with the lagging. I would
No,
say North Texas has a better shot than Boise State did last year to score some points and keep it close.
Yeesh. I mean, that's
because they're not one dimensional.
Yeah, you're right.
I guess. I know Boise State was one dimensional last year, but they were one dimensional in the correct way to try and keep the game close. I don't think North Texas is two-dimensional enough to make a good defense respect them. I think they're just going to sit back in coverage and say, can you block us? And I don't think they can.
So what's crazy to me is I guess DraftKings has just completely eliminated Ohio State off the odds boards.
Well, that's what I was going to bring up here is why is Oregon the highest rated Big Ten team? They just took off Indiana and Ohio State already?
Yeah, because
they're probably not available.
Yeah, so think about it like this. Like if Indiana and Ohio State were on this list, I would literally go bet every amount of money I could get my hands on, even if it had like very little return, because they're both making the playoffs. It is literally the definition of a free bet, no matter how bad the odds are.
Okay.
You would put together $35,000 to win $1,000 right now on something like that because you know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, Texas Tech is, unless they lose and lose again, because they're going to be in the Big 12 championship, that is a free bet as well. So.
You think so? Even if they make it to the championship and BYU beats them?
Yeah, well, I'm saying I don't think – hang on, you don't like BYU. I don't want to hear
I don't either, but I'm about to apologize tonight. So
I think Texas Tech has no issues moving forward with anybody.
Okay.
That's the direction I'm going with that. I also think that it is mind-boggling to me that somehow SMU is all of a sudden in the conversation to make the playoffs for the ACC.
Well, they might win the ACC is the thing.
Yeah. Correct. And I'm not saying they're a bad team, but how did we get to this point with the ACC?
Because they suck. All of them suck.
So bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. I can't tell if Bryant was saying something right there or not. He had a little lag going. I couldn't tell if he was coming in or not.
I'm gonna try to refresh here and see if I can get this working.
All right, so we'll pick Bryant back up here in a second. Yeah, no, the ACC is really, really bad, Nolan. I mean, so SMU is the favorite, like on the betting odds at plus 120. Then you have Virginia at plus 180. And then Miami at plus 235.
Listen, I'm still keep dropping down that list. I'm still calling Pitt as my ACC champ right now.
I don't know the tiebreakers off the top of my head for the ACC. So I had the standings pulled up. Let me pull these back up real quick because I think they might be. Oh no, okay. So yeah, Pitt is still tied for first in the conference. I thought they were third. So okay, so they're tied for first. Yeah, how is Miami really in this conversation?
They need some help. Well, they're in the conversation because the teams that were in the driver's seat ended up fumbling and losing a couple games.
There's no way they can get in via winning the ACC championship game unless Virginia and Pitt both lose this. Virginia, Pitt, and SMU and Georgia Tech all lose this week. So they need a lot of help. But so is the committee saying that they're going to give them a at-large?
They will. I don't think they will. But at the same time, there is a good chance that all four – I shouldn't say good. There is a chance that all four of those teams you just named off lose. Miami makes the championship game, and then I will pick Miami to win that championship game.
The ACC is it's a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I have no desire to watch Virginia if they somehow find their way into the playoffs against any. I'd rather watch North Texas against all these teams in Virginia.
Listen, you want to watch Pitt. Did you watch their game this past weekend?
And they looked good. They really did. They looked really good. They beat the brakes off Georgia Tech right off the jump.
Yep.
First snap. Brian, how you doing since you're back now? I don't think it's gonna be the same result.
I switched to my personal hotspot. Our Wi-Fi at the house must be bad. Is it better?
You're actually a little better.
Yeah, you are a little better.
So we were just kind of talking about the ACC being really bad.
I don't know what's going on.
We just got to keep grinding, baby. We'll work through it. We'll work through it. Vanderbilt at plus 255. I wanted to ask you guys this one. Do they have any chance?
No, they're out.
Okay. So you draw the line at –
they lose to Tennessee this week.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's going to happen. That will happen. Sorry, I keep looking back at a basketball game. Got a wager on a basketball game I'm invested in. I do agree with that Vanderbilt loses to Tennessee this week. Like, I think Tennessee beats the brakes off of them. It's a statement game.
Truthfully, I think even at, say Vanderbilt wins, I'm not sure they're getting in.
So that would be okay if the dominoes fall. That would be. Wow, I just realized Georgia's off the board on this too.
Mm-hmm.
So Georgia, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Alabama. That's 4 SEC teams. So if Vandy somehow got in, they would be the 5th SEC team.
Got A&M though.
Where are they at? Did I pass them? Oh, they're off too.
You just didn't name them. So you said that would be 5 SEC teams. You're going to tell me that 6 of them are going to make it?
No.
Vandy's out.
Oklahoma's not good. We're going to get to that game in a second. Oklahoma's not good though.
Oklahoma's going to make it though.
Yeah, but yes, you're right. Unless the wheels fall off this week, but yes, they are going to make it. And I am thinking that they're not a really good team. They're not a very good team at all.
Their defense is top 3.
Yes, 100%. They're going to have to win every game in the playoffs 17-10.
They could. They just did this without their best player the last 2 weeks on defense. R. Mason Thomas was out.
Yeah. Well, let's just go ahead and start talking games because that's the first game we're going to talk about.
Okay.
And we're going to let Bryant go first because he is lagging. So we know that you're going, Bryant. We're going to let you go first on this one. And let's just get right into it. Mizzou 6 at Oklahoma 17. Mizzou is now 7-4. Oklahoma 9-2. Bryant, floor is yours.
I'm just very frustrated, but I should be used to it at this point because this always happens. Mizzou has a championship level defense. I don't think we could win a Division III football game on offense. Well, maybe Division III. Division II, probably not. And that's strictly to the play calling. We'd run the same damn plays, outside zone, tunnel screens. We don't take any shots, and when we do, it's blatantly obvious. So the team just sets up for it. I just don't get it. We don't make adjustments. When you're, I don't even know what we were. We were like 4 for 15 on third downs. That's not going to win you any football games. Our special teams is atrocious. So I don't. It's horrible. I don't know how our coordinator has a job at this point from a special teams standpoint. But credit to our defense, man. We got some players on that side. I don't think Oklahoma is world beaters on offense. It's pretty much hero ball from John Mateer, and Satania kind of gets involved every once in a while. But other than that, they really don't have any true weapons on offense. So I don't see them that side of that ball winning any football games moving forward. On the defensive side of the field, though, we talked about it a little bit. They are very, very good. They rush the passer well, fill gaps well. They can cover just about anybody. And so I don't have any issues from that standpoint. But they're kind of like Mizzou in the fact that they lean on their defense, but they can actually get it going on offense a little bit and sustain drives. So I'm just really frustrated as a Mizzou fan. I think this team's a lot better than what we have shown on the field. But we sense to not make any adjustments in the play calling or in offense to make it better and easier to move the ball, and it just hasn't worked.
Yeah. Well said, even with the lag, man. I thought I was going to get you cussing and shit throughout the lag, and that was going to be awesome. I was really thinking like shit was just going to lag out real long. It was going to be really cool. But I guess your Wi-Fi worked well enough there. No one, I'll let you go first too before I get on this a little bit because I have a little bit of a tangent as well.
So I have a very interesting, and you guys will hate this stat. Do you know how many rush yards Mizzou had on their first drive of the game?
Probably more than they had the rest of the game.
They had 42 yards on the first drive. They had 48 rush yards the entire rest of the game.
Cool.
So there's Bryant's point about calling the exact same play over and over and over. I understand it works sometimes, but at the same time, once you see it's not working, we got to make some kind of adjustment here. It's just that, and I think you guys might hate me. I think Prebula is holding the team back just a little bit. His lack of ability to throw.
Quarterback plays an issue.
The defense does not respect it, so they stack the box with 7 or 8.
But
and they say, you try and beat us, and he can't. So I think he's holding them back.
They don't respect it because they don't let him do it. Like that's part of it too.
I don't know.
They took the leash off one drive and they let him throw the ball past the sticks, and he moved the ball down the field on that drive. I'm not saying he's an elite passer because he's not. I'm not saying he's a good passer because he's not. But when part of the job as your offensive coordinator, whenever your quarterback is struggling, is to scheme guys open. So you have open receivers to throw the ball to. And I feel like whenever their deepest player is 8 yards off the line of scrimmage, you should be able to scheme guys open beyond that. Our receiving core, Mizzou's receiving core is actually really talented.
It is.
You should be able to scheme these guys open, but you can't because you run this Mickey Mouse bullshit all game long. It is absolutely abhorrent. It's the most inept play calling I've ever seen in my lifetime. And then the game still, obviously the game was still in reason at the end of the game, but I think at this point I want to say it was 10-6. I don't remember what the score was at this point, or 14-6, whatever it was. But Mizzou had the ball, it was like 3rd and 13 or 3rd and 14, and you just call an outside zone again. What in the hell are you doing? What are you doing? And then you trot the kicker out there like we have Justin Tucker in his prime as our kicker, and you just trot his ass out there like, oh, no big deal, and almost got the first one blocked. Your special teams coach is so bad that they don't know how to block on – I almost dropped the F-bomb right here – that you don't know how to block on field goals where they came around the same guy, same damn play, same situation, and then and nobody touches him either side. It is crazy to me how inept this coaching staff is.
And then why are we punting when it's 4th and 3 on our 45-yard line? I think we have the worst punter in Division I. I don't know why we said that a transfer from a backup punter from Stanford. That alone should have nixed him from the conversation. He's horrible, but we have absolutely nothing to lose. We need to go for every 4th down unless it's within 30 yards of our own goal line.
When you they go to kick that second field goal, Bryant, you had nothing to lose at that point. Nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Keep the offense on the field. I had Vanderbilt PTSD flashbacks so bad because we would get inside the 4-yard line, 5-yard line, and it was just like I could stop Mizzou right now. I could go be the defensive coordinator for the opposing team no matter who they're playing, and I could shut their ass down right now. I promise you. I mean,
I even texted you this, Colin. I was like, if we're going to run outside zone every time, that's great. But if we're 5 yards from the end zone, if we fake that and Bo Prebula just boots out like Peyton Manning used to do back in the day, it's a walk-in touchdown. Like
just
every
one time. One time, just do that. One time.
I mean, they just all bolt towards the outside zone. And another thing that makes me so mad is why do we always run it to the short side of the field?
Every time, dude. It's every time. It's every time.
Why are we running a space run to the short side of the field? That makes zero sense. Like, you know why? I have no college football coaching experience whatsoever. I was horrible at the video game, but even I know that.
You know why, Brian? I have the answer because we run it off the right tackle every time. So when we start out on our own 25 or 20 with the ball and we run it right, then we're going to run it right again, and then we're going to run it right again. And I have another one for you. We're going to run it right again. So if we get down the field, we're going to run it right again on the short side of the field. That's just what we do. That is just what they do. I don't know how else to explain it. That's what they do. And it's a damn shame because you hit the nail on the head. They have a championship caliber defense. It's both these teams in this matchup did. Taking nothing away from Oklahoma, they played fantastic defense. They did exactly what they needed to do. Brent Venables is a genius defensively and said, my deepest safety is going to be 8 yards off the line of scrimmage, and just shut their ass down. And it worked. Credit to him. Great coaching. Great adjustment. That's a great adjustment. That's something that we need to look at. Corey Batoon, Mizzou's defensive coordinator, hats off, man. Hats off for your defense not just letting go of the rope and just being like, you know what? We're not going to score 10 points, so who gives a shit? They have over 10. Let's just mail it in. It's a damn shame. Our offensive EPA was negative 23.
Yep.
Oh, so bad, dude. I don't know what else to say. Is there anything else on this game? I'm with you too. John here is arguably one of the most overrated.
It's not really like I don't think Mizzou's offensive line is terribly that bad either. It's just we can't scheme. We just keep calling the same plays, and they're getting there's no creativity to give them an edge on whether it's a different type of blocking scheme or something, because it's the same thing every time.
It is. Dude, I know that like whenever you're usually team's first drive of the game is usually the best drive because obviously they work on it in practice, right? You draw it up, scheme it up. And if you don't move the ball on your first drive, you're kind of panicking out of the gate. Dude, they marched, man. I knew the minute that they got that holding penalty and it made it 2nd and 17, I was like, drive killer. Let's trot out Robert Meyer for a 39-yard Hail Mary prayer from our Division I kicker. So, yeah, it's a damn shame. This team should be – This is a 9-10 win team, in my opinion. I think this is a playoff caliber team if they just got a little bit more from the play calling. If you are that scared to throw the ball in the SEC at the Division I level, we have got way bigger problems.
I think Bo, that hurts too, because he's just not the quarterback we thought he was going to be as far as passing the ball.
No, but damn,
Good
dude.
Runner.
When his ankle's not sideways.
Yep.
But I mean, like, it's a damn shame, though, and I don't necessarily know if I agree too much because our run game is so good that those receivers are so good. Like I said earlier, if Kirby Moore could you just got to scheme these guys open, man. That is what you're getting paid like $1.2 million a year to do.
Has Mizzou ever ran a play action pass this season that wasn't like a little dump off bootleg out to Brett Norfleet that goes for like 4 yards?
No. Like
when have we run a legit play action pass where somebody's running more than 20 yards downfield? I don't think we have all season.
We have, but we haven't thrown that because if you go back and watch some film on it, you'll see like Marquise Johnson hand up, like he's like waving to the quarterback, like letting him know. And I'm being a sarcastic asshole about this, letting him know, hey, there is nobody back here. I'm gone. I run a 4.3 40. I've checked out. Throw the ball up. There's guys open deep a lot actually. We just don't do it. And it's because we're gonna run a screen behind the line of scrimmage and just get Kevin Coleman's head blown off 6 times a game. I mean, I'm surprised his helmet doesn't just go rolling 20 yards off the field, dude, because everybody knows it's coming. I've never seen a team throw so many screens and press man coverage when the whole team knows it's coming and still try to duck it in there every time. It's great. Nolan, you got anything else on this game?
No, sir. You guys got it covered.
Good. All right. Well, now that we've covered that, Oklahoma, good luck in the playoffs. I don't think you're that good, but maybe you'll prove me wrong. Next thing we're going to talk about here, and it's good to get away from that last game. Whew. BYU 26 at Cincinnati 14. BYU, Nolan's favorite team, moves to 10-1. Cincinnati 7-4. We'll let Nolan go first here in case he got a soapbox he wants to get on about how good BYU is, and he just never wanted to give him any credit. So, Nolan, what do you got here?
I just got to apologize to all the BYU fans, the players, the coaching staff. I've been dogging you all season about how you just get gifted turnovers and luck and this and that. I don't know, man. It keeps happening. Maybe it's not so lucky. They just keep winning games. And Cincinnati's run defense was actually top 35 this year up until this point. And then LJ Martin ran all over him. It didn't look like there was anybody playing defense for Cincinnati. And the only other stat I want to bring up before I turn it over to you guys, BYU 7 of 14 on third down. Anybody want to take a stab at what Cincinnati was? 4 of 13 for the whole game.
Good.
1 for 10 through the first 3 quarters.
That's good.
That's
where you have success.
Yeah. 3 and out punt, 3 and out punt, 3 and out punt. It was rough, man. It was rough.
Yeah. Bryant, what do you got? I'll let you chop in here make sure we get you in here still.
Yeah, BYU's just kind of stepped their game up a little bit. I feel like they're an extremely physical team for the Big 12, and it shows especially on defense these last few games. Cincinnati's no slouch on offense. Yeah, I think Sorsby kind of carries them a little bit, but they completely shut them down and got them behind the sticks, and that was part of the reason they were only 4 of 13. And on the offensive side of the ball, they're just doing what they're good at. Barrett Bachmeier's throwing the ball when he has to. Other than that, they're running the ball right up the middle. LJ Martin getting him back was huge, and they're just kind of clicking on offense at the same time, and it kind of showed in this game, especially on the road. They were pretty much in control of this game from the jump, it felt like. So credit to them. They're playing their best ball at the right time.
Yeah, my number one note I had down for this game was Kalani Sitake has this BYU team playing extremely physical. Like you guys both said, I mean, this team is hard-nosed. They try to knock your head in the dirt every time they hit you defensively. And like you guys said, too, I don't have much to add here, so just kind of keep it brief, is LJ Martin is an absolute game changer. When LJ Martin's healthy and this team is able to run the ball, he is an absolute freak. And you pair that with Barrett Bachmeier, who is also a damn good runner of the football, they can make some shit happen, man. As long as they don't get – their problem is that they match up against a team that goes up 17-21 nothing, and they have to throw their way back into a football game. I don't think Barrett Bachmeier can do that. That's not how this team is built, so they can't allow that to happen. And I think if they were to make the playoffs, that can happen to them pretty easily. I was impressed, like I said, defensively from BYU. I was impressed with LJ Martin offensively, and that was truly about it from BYU's offense. And I do think they're a better team than we gave them credit for a long time. I think they fight to win football games. They have no quit, I should say. That's the best way to put it for BYU.
Also, I keep talking about these turnovers. I don't know why it just clicked on me all of a sudden. Causing a fumble is not a luck thing. That's a physicality. That's a try hard. That's an effort thing.
Yep.
Recovering the fumble is the lucky part.
Yes.
If you cause more and more fumbles like BYU does, eventually luck's got to go your way. I don't know why that just never clicked for me before, but maybe that's what I'm talking about with those lucky fumble recoveries. If you cause 20 more than the other teams, you're bound to get some of them, right?
Oh yeah, and like
punching the ball out.
And to your point, there's a turnover luck point stat out there on them. And their turnover luck points for BYU this game was 10.8. So, I mean, yeah, that falls in line with everything you said about BYU this whole season. It's just
I apologize to you. You're 10-1. You're going to make the Big 12 championship game. You're still going to lose, but you're 10-1, and I apologize to you.
You owe it to them, Nolan. You've been so hard on these BYU fans, man.
I do.
You've been so hard on them. They don't deserve that kind of hate. Anything else in this football game, boys?
No.
Nope. All right. Let's talk a little Pitt 42 at Georgia Tech 28, and this was a curb stomping from the opening kickoff, in my opinion. This Georgia Tech, I just felt like never had a chance in hell. Georgia Tech's now 9-2, Pitt's 8-3. Georgia Tech had everything they wanted in front of them. They were in control of their own destiny and have just talked about it on one of the shorts a little bit, is they have just kind of turned a new leaf in the wrong direction. Like they haven't turned the page the right way. They're reading the book backwards right now, and they have gone cold at the wrong time. And we've talked about it most of the season though. If you can make Haynes King and Georgia Tech beating you throwing the football, you're going to beat Georgia Tech. That's exactly what Pitt tried to make them do, and Georgia Tech could not do it.
Yeah, they're not built to come from behind. Not at all.
No. And Hank King's not built to throw the ball and have tons of success.
He can do it. You just can't ask him to lead a comeback that way. He can do it when he needs to. He can't.
Yeah.
He's not a Peyton Manning slinging the ball all around the field.
No.
Yeah, and that's when Georgia Tech gets in trouble and they start turning the ball over. And their 2 losses this season, that's been their biggest issue, is not being able to run and turning the ball over. And that showed in this game.
5 turnovers total for Georgia Tech. 2 picks and 3 turnover on downs. That pick 6, you guys remember the Alabama-Tennessee pick 6? Alabama, from that point on, Tennessee had no shot. Same thing in this game. When Pitt had that pick 6, there was no shot that Georgia Tech was coming back.
I think this really kind of came out of nowhere this season.
Yeah.
I mean, they were on our ban list. They had
You want to know?
Holstein at quarterback.
That's
and
where
the team is not very good. They bring in Heinzel, and he's just an absolute animal. I mean, they're going to have to pay him a bunch of money to stay. And they've just been rolling ever since they made that change. It's wild that a quarterback would have that much say on how your season goes, especially going to a true freshman.
I called this 2 weeks ago that Pitt's going to be the ACC representative.
Yeah. Pump the brakes still, I think, a little bit.
Don't pump the brakes. It's going to happen. I called it.
Hey, they have a chance. Yes, they do. I will tell you that. The ACC is so shitty, we talked about earlier in this episode, that they really do have a really good chance. But I'm not betting on any ACC team to do anything, ever. I'm done with the ACC betting on them to do anything. But Heinzel really has been the difference, man. They got rid of Holstein, put Heinzel in, and this team has looked a hell of a lot different. There is one thing that Heinzel does, a quarterback that drives me nuts sometimes, is he holds onto the ball just a little bit too long, and it got his ass sacked 6 times in this football game. Georgia Tech's defensive line is not most of these playoff teams' caliber defensive line. So if Pitt does make the playoffs and you're getting sacked 6 times by Georgia Tech, I don't really like how that pans out for you against these better teams in the playoffs. Fix that. I think they really do have a good team. And Desmond Reed didn't even play in this game, and he's arguably their best player. Not arguably.
Running back looked real good.
They have some talent, man. And Ja'Kirian Turner, that dude is incredible. I mean, that 201 yards by him was unbelievable. And we talked about Kenny Johnson a couple weeks ago, the receiver. We talked about how if he could take the step up, be a true number 1 type guy. And I think he's slowly proving that he really can be a reliable option for them every single game as the number 1 target. He went 6 for 91 with a touchdown in this game. So I think they have pieces to be good. I just worry once they get in the playoffs if they can hold up in the trenches against some of these other teams.
Agree completely. I don't call for them to win a playoff game or anything. I just think they're going to make it based on what the rest of the SEC or the ACC looks like.
I mean, they were a good team, man. I did think that Georgia Tech was going to try to figure this out a little bit. Not in this game. Once I saw how this game was shaping up, I knew this game was mail it in. But I thought coming into this game, Georgia Tech was going to give it everything they had because it was right in front of them. Now they're going to go play Georgia, and things don't look good for your program right now the way it's been going recently. I am really scared for them in that matchup.
93 is still a really good season for Georgia Tech, though. Much higher than their projected win total, I would imagine. I don't remember what their projected win total was. I would imagine it's probably like 7.5-ish.
I think it was 7.5.
Yep. You would be spot on. I think if you ask Georgia Tech fans, if you told them December 1st that, hey, you guys are a 9-3 football team, I think most of their fans, if not all, would be like, yeah, well, I'll take that. I'll take that for sure.
Yep. We can get into it when we get in the coaching episode, the coaching carousel, coaching changes, whatever we want to call it, episode. But, it's the same way with Penn State, that we talked about. Are you going to hire a better coach? I know Georgia Tech is not on the hot seat by any means, but if we start getting pissed about a 9-3 season, you're just not pleasing anybody.
Oh, I think I always get it.
He's not leaving.
Yeah,
No.
Brent Key is literally probably one of the safest guys in the country right now as a coach.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he was an offensive lineman there.
he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the dude is cemented at Georgia Tech as long as he doesn't want to go elsewhere. So he is completely fine. Anything else in that football game?
No.
Okay, let's roll in. Let's roll in on our last main game here. Like I said, man, we just wanted to focus on a lot of playoff conversations. We don't have a ton of games for you here. Like we usually, we'll roll out 6 games and then 10 quickies, and we're trying to really focus in on the meat and potatoes of this thing at this point of the season. So if we don't talk about your team and you listen to us, I'm sorry. Find a better team. That's what Bryant and I got to do, and Nolan actually. So USC 27 at Oregon 42. USC 8-3. Oregon 10-1. I was really excited for this football game. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you guys thought this was going to go one way or the other. I know on our Book It segment we had USC plus 11, but I thought that USC, with the injuries that Oregon had offensively, I thought USC would be able to get out there and score points with the best of them with this receiving core. And USC at times, I felt like they had a chance, but then again, at the same time, I was like, there's no chance they win this football game.
Mm-hmm.
Bryant, do you want to go first so we to make sure we get you in on this?
Yeah, USC started out hot. They went right down the field and scored, and I was like, man, this is going to be a closer game than I anticipated. I'd agree with Colin. I like that pick at them plus 11. I thought that was good with the injuries Oregon had, but I don't think it was necessarily the offense for USC. They couldn't run the ball very well, but that's kind of been how they've ran all season. They've relied on Maeva and Lemon and Lane on the outside to get them going, and they just couldn't stop anything on defense, man. Oregon was running all over. Whittington was just wide open holes all game. It seemed like he was getting touched. He was getting his first touch like 10 yards down the field every time. So I think USC's defense kind of let them down in this game. Dante Moore I could have sat back there and thrown the ball over the field on them because he had no pressure whatsoever. And that's surprising because USC has been pretty good at doing that this season. And especially with all the injuries, I think Oregon had 3 starting true freshmen on the offensive line in this game. They're probably 4 and 5 stars, but still, that's a tough game to come in and step in and start. They held up really well, and USC could not get anything going on defense. And I think that was the X factor in the game. And Oregon did what they had to do. Dante Moore took care of the ball. They ran the ball, got to his playmakers. And I saw Colin's note here. I want to add on top of it, man, Sadiq is one of the best players in the country as far as offensive is concerned, I think.
This is every once in a while. We always tell when we're wrong, so I want to tell something when we're right. We talked like week 2 or 3 that he was the best tight end in the country, and I think there is no question about that at all. We might have even been week 1 or 2 saying that, him and Eli Stowers, but I think the margins between him and Eli Stowers at this point are massive. Kenyon Sadiq is unbelievable.
I think the only tight. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
I think the only tight end that maybe matches up with him as far as athleticism is concerned is Baylor's. But
yeah, Trigg.
Michael Trigg. He's an animal, but Sadiq is just night and day better than everybody.
Yeah, well, and to build on your point a little bit too in this game, dude, Oregon was down 4 linemen due to injuries at some point in time in this football game, and like 3 to 4 receivers, and they were still having nothing but success. I just was mind blown that USC still couldn't generate some pressure defensively with the injuries that Oregon had. And you're right. Go ahead, Noel.
If anybody watched the shorts or anything that we did last week, that's what I talked about was the line play, defensive versus offensive line. Oregon, I liked the 11 line. If it was going to be too much lower than that, I wouldn't have liked it. But at the same time, I let these guys do the Book It segment because I am very bad luck for the Book It segment. But the Oregon defensive line is just too good. The USC defensive line is just average at best. That's what it came down to. Dante Moore had so much time to throw the ball, sit back and kind of pick apart the defense and throw the ball. USC had a single run go further than 10 yards, and it was a scramble.
It's horrible. I don't know. Yeah, that's so bad to me. I think one thing too that I focus on my Ava a little bit in this football game is it's kind of a growing trend for him, and I get it. I mean, I'm obviously not a Division I quarterback, but if I was and I had the receivers that he had, I would do the same damn thing. He throws it up a lot, like,
Yeah.
and I
Oh,
get it, dude. You have Mekhi Lemon and Lane who always are making you look really good, so I don't blame him for that. But there are times where I'm like, okay, Jaden, he wasn't open. He was in triple coverage. I mean, you gave him a chance, but you threw an interception because you threw it in a sea of defenders, hoping that your guy bailed you out. So that is one area where he needs to grow a little bit. And like I said, I get it, man. You're throwing to those guys every play. I totally understand what you're doing, but it doesn't work all the time. And when you play good teams like Oregon, they are going to make you pay when you make those mistakes. This isn't Purdue. This isn't Northwestern where you can kind of get away with some of that shit and just out talent everybody. Oregon has bodies. Oregon has guys that's going to make you regret those decisions, and they did. So credit to Oregon, credit to Dan Lanning. A lot of people, I think, wrote them off a couple of weeks ago when they lost to Indiana, right? Indiana kind of packed their lunch. And I think a lot of people wrote Oregon off and wrote Dante Moore off and said this team's not very good. They're a little overrated. Missed me with that, man. This team is really, really good.
Agreed. They're still a hard playoff team. They're not somebody that you want to pull in that first round of the playoff.
No, they're going to get a home playoff game, and you don't want to go to Austin and try to play Oregon and try to beat them there. And Dan Lanning, one thing Dan Lanning learned last year is not to come into a playoff game flat. I mean, he knows now. They learned the hard way, and he's going to have this team ready to go. They're going to be ripping cigars, whatever they got to do to get them going. They will be ready no matter who they play in that playoff game. No doubt in my mind. But one thing, too, though, before we get off this game, I think USC is going in the right direction. Like, they're 8-3. They're a good football team. I think they're a good football team.
I'll give you it's going in the right direction. I'll give you it's good. Can they get better than good is the question.
They're not tier 1 in the Big Ten, but they're the next closest team outside of that tier.
You think?
Yeah,
Are you still keeping Penn State up in tier 1? I should ask that first.
I almost just said F. No.
Well, you would rather have USC than Penn State.
Right now, with everything Penn State has going on, you damn right.
I'd rather have Penn State. They still have NFL talent.
So does USC. Penn State doesn't have anybody that could sniff Mekhi Lemon's jockstrap or Jacoby Lane's offensively.
They don't have anybody that would even start on the Penn State defense.
No, you're fair. But
the entire defense.
The entire offense. Okay, it's fair. There's 11 guys on offense that probably 9 guys on offense for Penn State that wouldn't start for USC, and there's 11 guys for USC's defense that wouldn't start for Penn State's defense.
Actually, I shouldn't say that. USC actually has some pretty good safeties. There are 2 safeties were out this game, and the one of them is a real good player. He might start for Penn State.
So 9-9 on different sides of the ball,
and
one doesn't have a coach. So yes, USC for me is above Penn State. I have USC right up. Like I could make an argument for USC and Michigan personally. Like, I mean,
I don't know.
I'm not a I don't know. That's an off-season argument that we're going to have to revisit for sure because I'm taking USC to try to take the next step next year into that tier 1 category in the Big Ten.
I don't think they ever make it again.
I love it, man. It's like BYU, so I feel really good about this now. Brian, be the voice of reason here.
I agree. I think right now USC is definitely the better team on offense, like you mentioned, but no one's correct. Penn State has guys on defense that are just above and beyond what USC has.
Wow. That was spoken like a real chicken shit right there, Brian. I mean, that was just I'm going to give you credit and you.
Uh-huh.
I like it. Well played. That was peaceful.
I don't really have an option. I mean, I don't really have an opinion. I mean, I think they're both correct.
I got an opinion about everything, brother. You want to argue? Come on.
I love it. I'm ready. I'm not ready.
I don't know
Y'all see,
necessarily if Lincoln Riley's ever going to get over the hump there.
I don't know if he's ever really going to get over the hump really kind of anywhere. But like my point is that they have a coach right now, and Penn State doesn't at the moment.
Why don't you go get Lincoln Riley for your OC at Mizzou?
Oh, I would love that.
I mean,
offensive mastermind, brother.
If I could.
That's what Drake was supposed to be.
Sure. Yeah, offensive.
No, hold on.
Appalachian State.
None of these head coaches should be calling down-to-down plays. That is not their job. That's not what they're paid for.
Lincoln.
That's what he did until 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That's just stupid. You're not winning a national championship that game.
Hey, as soon as Ryan Day quit, they had a little bit more success.
So, Lane Kiffin's doing pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Lincoln calls his plays.
Has he won a natty?
No, but he's about to get paid $90 million.
Yeah, with Alabama.
I don't care. Listen, this goes back to our argument that you guys were telling me when we were talking about the coaching stuff. Are you in it for the money or are you in it for the national championship?
I'm in it for both.
No. You got to pick one or the other.
They're saying forever, so I'm going for the natties.
Then I don't care how much I get paid. I want $1 million, and you put the rest of it towards my roster.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Once the season's over, we're going to have plenty of time to have these conversations, and I can't wait to have them. Because they honestly might get pretty animated. We might have Brian dropping F-bombs live again. I can't wait for that. That was incredible. That's more the shit we need for sure. Nolan, I do see here that you had down a quickie that you wanted to hit on real quick. You got one you want to touch on?
Yes, sir. The Tennessee-Florida game. Tennessee 31, Florida 11. I love when Rocky Top plays one time out of the year. This is my favorite time of the year to hear Rocky Top because then I know Florida lost.
Yeah.
Here's the only stats that I'm going to give you guys because this game was over at halftime. At halftime, Florida had less than 100 yards of offense. Tennessee had 300 yards of offense at halftime. The first 4 drives, Tennessee scored. The first 4 drives, Florida had 28 yards of offense. It was an ass whooping from start to finish. That's all you need to know about it. Let Rocky Top play.
Yeah, just let it play, like you said, just one time. Don't play it twice. Only one time in this game because I am not about
Florida's actually nailed it in.
Florida's horrible.
Hey, you know who they're going to beat next week? Florida State. Or this week, I should say.
They're so bad.
They're going to beat us. So
that game's for sure on the CW.
It should not be televised, but
what is the line in that game?
It's on PBS. It's awesome.
Haven't looked. It should be on the History Channel. Let's just show some of the old matchups.
I like that. I'm going to take a stab at what this line is. Where is it at?
I'm going to look. You guess.
But yeah, I need to know where the game's played. Though. I don't remember where it's at.
I want to say
it is being played.
This is how much
in
I've
Gainesville.
paid attention.
Florida minus 2.5.
Oh.
Florida State minus 1.5.
Wow. What?
Florida State
is a 1.5 point favorite. Money lines minus 120. Florida is a gimme even money line.
What's the over under?
51.5.
Under.
We just got 2 bets right there. Florida plus 1.5. By the hook, make it 2, and under 50. No doubt. You'll see those come back on Thursday.
Can we do our first ever Book It segment parlay?
Yep. Same game. Same game parlay. Book It segment, same game parlay. Well, that's coming. Book it. That's coming in the Book It segment.
Same game parlay.
I love it. Anything else on what we just had this last week in college football, fellas? Don't forget the rankings will come out for the playoffs tomorrow night, Tuesday night. This is obviously coming out live right now on Monday. It'll be up on Spotify and Apple on Monday night as well. So tomorrow night, make sure you are looking at the playoff rankings. We'll touch on those when we come back in here on Thursday. Tons and tons of matchups that actually have playoff implications coming this week for rivalry week. So we will touch on probably quite a few of them. May actually be a longer episode, but we'll get in here Thursday. Thursday is Thanksgiving. So we'll have to obviously convene on what we want to do and have a conversation when we want to drop that episode. So we will put it on our socials. We'll let you guys know when we're coming out. And we're back in the swing of things for the most part when it comes to getting our episodes out twice a week. Anything else, gentlemen? All right. Hey, merch store links there. It's not a crazy race right now to try to go win that free merch. So make sure you're getting that done. Hey, Nolan or Bryant, take us out of here because my son just rolled in and I'm going to mute it before he starts going nuts. So one of you two take this exit over.
You want it, Bryant?
Go ahead, Nolan. I'm a bit lagging.
All right. So Deep Threat Sports Network, you can follow us on all of the socials. I don't have it in front of me here, but follow us later this week as well. We're going to do another episode for our preview for rivalry week this week. Like Colin said, lots of playoff implications. Find us later this week as we're talking about some of those previews. But from Colin, from myself, from Bryant, that was Deep Threat Sports Network. Peace.